I've always had an unsettling fascination with the eerie and the unexplained. So when my friend suggested a late-night drive to explore an old abandoned town rumored to be haunted, I couldn't resist the allure of the unknown. Little did I know that this fateful decision would lead us down a path of terror we could never have imagined. It was a moonless night, the darkness pressing in around us like a suffocating blanket as we embarked on our journey. 4 of us piled into my car, giddy with excitement and brimming with curiosity. The road was desolate, a serpentine path cutting through dense woods, devoid of any other travelers. The radio played a haunting melody that seemed fitting for our venture into the unknown. As we drove deeper into the night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching us from the shadows. It was a sensation that intensified with every twist and turn of the road, but I brushed it off as mere nerves, blaming my overactive imagination. Eventually, the road led us to an old signpost pointing toward the abandoned town. The words were faded and barely legible, but it confirmed that we were on the right track. The atmosphere grew eerier as the road became narrower, the branches of gnarled trees reaching out like skeletal fingers to brush against the car. The town emerged from the darkness like a ghostly apparition. Dilapidated buildings loomed on either side of the road, their windows shattered and doors hanging precariously on their hinges. My friends and I exchanged excited whispers, feeling like explorers uncovering a long-lost civilization. We parked the car near an abandoned church, its crumbling steeple reaching towards the heavens like a silent plea for salvation. As we stepped out of the car, a chill swept through the air, and an unsettling silence enveloped the town. Our footsteps echoed loudly on the deserted streets, each sound reverberating like a discordant note in the oppressive silence. Despite our fear, we pressed on, the allure of the unknown proving irresistible. Inside one of the houses, we found remnants of a lifelong past. Old furniture covered in dust, faded photographs scattered across the floor. The air was thick with the scent of decay and abandonment. It felt as though the town itself held its breath, waiting for something to awaken it from its long slumber. As we ventured further into the town, we began to notice strange occurrences. Doors creaked open on their own, and chilling whispers seemed to dance on the edges of our hearing. We laughed nervously, trying to rationalize the eerie events as tricks of the imagination. But then, reality warped before our eyes. Buildings shifted and the streets seemed to rearrange themselves. Panic began to rise within us and we scrambled to find our way back to the car. But the town was like a labyrinth, leading us further into its grasp with every desperate step we took. Time lost all meaning as we wandered aimlessly through the town's twisted alleys and shadowy corners. Fear gnawed at our minds, unraveling our sanity bit by bit. I could feel the darkness closing in, suffocating and malevolent, as though the town itself had a sinister will of its own. With each passing moment, the town seemed to feed off our fear, growing stronger and more insidious. My friends' faces were etched with terror, mirroring the dread I felt inside. But amidst the chaos, I couldn't help but notice something peculiar about the town. It was as though it was alive, breathing and pulsating with a malevolent energy. As I stumbled through the town, desperately searching for an escape, I saw fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures lurking in the corners of my vision. They moved with unnatural speed, whispering in ancient tongues that sent shivers down my spine. Finally, we stumbled upon the town square, where a dark figure stood beneath a gnarled tree. Its eyes glowed crimson, and its sinister grin stretched from ear to ear. It beckoned to us with a bony finger, and a malevolent force seemed to pull us towards it. With a surge of determination, I snapped out of the trance and turned to my friends, urging them to run. But it was too late for one of them. The sinister figure's grasp enveloped him, and he disappeared into thin air, leaving behind only a haunting scream. My remaining friends and I fled, the pounding of our hearts matching the rhythm of our frantic footsteps. We didn't look back, knowing that whatever malevolent force inhabited that town would stop at nothing to keep us within its grasp. Finally, we stumbled back onto the main road, gasping for breath and covered in terror-induced sweat. The darkness seemed less oppressive now, the moon casting a faint glow upon the road ahead. As we drove away, the echoes of our harrowing experience lingered like a nightmare we couldn't wake up from. That night, we had glimpsed a realm beyond our understanding, a place where darkness reigned and malevola.